I'm here with Greg Bell, the General Manager of the Donald Gordon Conference Centre at Queen's University here in Kingston, Ontario. Welcome, Greg.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me here.
First of all, for those who are not familiar with it, what exactly is the Donald Gordon Centre?
We are a hotel and conference center located at 421 Union Street, 80-room hotel, 10,000 square foot meeting and conference space, owned and operated by Queen's University, but also open to outside events, weddings, and things like that, day meetings, and as I say, 80 hotel rooms.
Tell me about what the Donald Gordon Centre is currently doing for first-line responders here in Kingston.
Well, currently we're offering very discounted rates for frontline healthcare workers. Very early on in the crisis, being owned by Queen's University, who of course the university plays such an important role in the community. University senior administrators were at the table early on in the crisis with the City of Kingston and Kingston Public Health and Kingston Health Sciences at the table to discuss how it could help, how the university could help. And the Donald Gordon Center is just one of the many resources that are able to help during this time of crisis.
You're not alone in this. Yours is one of a number of local hotels that have stepped up to do this. Was there a coordinated effort here, or was this just something that a lot of people just thought up and did?
No, I think I am aware that there are a number of other hotels doing this. In the case of the Donald Gordon Hotel and Conference Center, because of our affiliation with the university and its, as I say, its collaboration with the city, we were deemed delegated as a site through that process. But I am aware that the other tourism partners have stepped up. Kingston's very fortunate to have an extremely strong leadership team at both Tourism Kingston and Kingston Accommodation Partners. So it doesn't surprise me that the other hotels are doing the same thing. We have a very close-knit community and people who care. So really great stuff.
What exactly is the Donald Gordon Centre providing in terms of accommodations?
We have two types of accommodation for healthcare workers at the moment. A deal with just room only. So all of our rooms have queen-size beds and color televisions and Wi-Fi access, things like that. Very comfortable, newly renovated rooms. And we also are offering a package that includes 24/7 food availability, understanding that that could be a challenge for doctors and nurses and frontline healthcare workers and working all hours, of course. They're able to come to the center, and we've in a sort of a common area, we've got refrigerated and packaged sandwiches and salads, fresh fruit, snacks, drinks, things like that they're able to access anytime, 24/7. So along with the accommodations, there's also the food option there. And I should say that the center we have a small team of managers working here right now. But for the most part, the center is locked down. It's only accessible if you have a key card. So whether you're an employee, one of the few employees that are accessing the center, or a hotel guest, they're the only people that have access to the center. Just, of course, we understand the responsibility. We have to keep the center safe for our staff, as well as, of course, any incoming guests. So that's what we're offering.
I know one of the other hotels has, what they'll do is when somebody comes in and then vacates the room, they don't rent it again for 72 hours and do a thorough cleaning. Is that the sort of thing you guys are doing as well?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, there's certainly some difference to our regular standard operating procedures here. One being we have a touchless check-in type process at the moment, where there's absolutely no exchange of paper or plastic products, even so far as when a guest makes a reservation, we place their room key in the room. We prop the door open for them to enter. We place the room key on a disinfectant wipe so that they are not touching anything that we've touched, essentially. So that type of thing, as well as of course cleaning procedures and things like that are being adhered to. Um, the good news really is that we haven't had a lot of guests yet, and hopefully that's going to be remain the case. It will be the only time that you hear me say I'm happy that we're not very busy at the moment.
Hmm.
So that's the good news here is that so far through the efforts of so many people here in the community, luckily we haven't seen a lot of guests at this point, and hopefully that remains the case.
If a healthcare provider is interested in taking advantage of your offer, how should they get a hold of you?
Well, they can certainly call the hotel directly, and then the hotel switchboard operator will pass them on to me. All of the reservations are coming to me directly. All the inquiries are coming to me directly, just so that we can keep the integrity of the process and make sure that we're allowing frontline healthcare workers first and foremost into the building. And certainly that extends now to segments like long-term care facilities, paramedics, first responders, people like that, of course, who are doing such a wonderful job in the community. Thanks in part to some of the other properties that have opened up, there are a number of hotel rooms available now, which is a great thing. So it won't just be necessarily doctors and nurses that we can accommodate, but also people that are doing such important work in other segments of the community.
That's really, really a great initiative because, yeah, I mean, these people are putting themselves out there. Luckily, in Kingston, we haven't had a lot of traction yet with COVID-19, and we all hope it stays that way. As you said, this is one of the few times where you don't want the business. But,
Yeah.
How has your initiative been received? You know, the people who have come in and have found a sanctuary away from their families while this is going on. How have they received it?
It's very, very popular, very, very successful. Yeah, the guests have been extremely grateful. For the most part, as I say, we haven't had a lot of guests, just a handful of guests. I have fielded a number of inquiries in the last week or so. Mainly, it's people just I think it's a peace of mind for them to know that we are here and we're ready if need be. So I've spoken to a lot of people on the phone about what we have to offer, and you can sense the relief just knowing that we're here if and when it's needed. So that's been good. But yeah, for the most part, everyone has been very pleased with the accommodations. I can't say enough about the team that I have here as well, being ready and eager to help if necessary. Really, it says so much about our community. I'm always so proud of this city. Born and raised here myself, and it's I mean, this is such an unprecedented time, of course, but situations like this, from municipal government to community leaders, business leaders, of course, healthcare, the university, it's just phenomenal how people come together at a time like this. So I'm extremely proud, and let's hope that this continues to be the story in the weeks to come.
And perhaps the most important question I'll leave for last. How are you doing, and you and your family in all of this? What are you doing to stay occupied and sane, perhaps,
Well,
when you're not at work?
well, thank you very much for asking. I'm very, very grateful and very, very fortunate. My wife and I both. My wife is able to work from home, which she's doing, and she's also doing a little bit of double duty. I have a 9-year-old son who's at home, of course, so she's homeschooling and working from home. But you know what? We're very, very fortunate to live and work where we do. So lots of walks in the neighborhood and things like that. But we're doing just fine. I can't complain. My thoughts increasingly go out to some of the other people in the community who are not in such a fortunate position. I just mentioned even organizations like St. Vincent de Paul Society and Lion's Heart and people like that who are just doing such important work in the community right now, feeding people that are less fortunate. So again, thank you for asking. I'm doing just fine, and very, very grateful for that.
Good. Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for talking to us today, Greg, and keep up the good work and stay safe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. Take care.